I am Jeff. This is my Potter's Journal for March 10th, 2024. What's going on in the studio today, you may ask? Well, everything. But generally, you like to go through a project for a video, but really, everything is always going on in the studio. Never one thing, everything at once. It's how you keep momentum going with it, how new projects get started, rolling right out of the past. So the big project today will be some new glazes and opening a kiln. But let's just see what is going on in the studio today. And I like to ease myself into the studio workday. These were drying out slowly. Note how I put the handles, handle to handle, and put the plastic over them. We'll start off with signatures and dates. Okay, KOHUT 2024. I put both a stamp on the side and do a signature that potters and art people will look for the stamp, but regular people look for the signature. So we've got them both on there, and it's not exactly that uncommon that actually it was Jugtown Pottery that I did a video visit to. They had the Jugtown stamp, but the potters there also put a signature on the pieces. And I was real happy with this batch of mugs. Always changing up the design a bit. I added these 3 lines here or so in the clay. I cut them off a bit smoother than in the past and added a trailing black slip on there. So also the handle, I like them to be a little bigger and wider and more generous than others. I've also managed to put a ridge down the center. So if you've mastered pulling handles, that's one thing, but getting that ridge down the center, okay, is something else entirely. That is a real trick, something I saw in a mug you saw me collect recently. I'm going to spend most of today at the colder side of the studio. I've got a kiln cooling down, so there is some heat in here. Last week, my lids did not work out so good. Well, those fit, but then there's all these that don't fit. So while the form is still fresh in my head, I am going to make some with a larger opening, and hopefully those lids will fit. We'll see how that goes. And I've pulled out the glaze buckets. I'm starting to mix up those. Why? Well, because pots are building up. I've got greenware here and bisqueware waiting to be glazed here. More greenware. And, okay, even some garden pottery. Garlic grater plates, even more greenware. It looks like I need to start doing some bisque firing, too. And even more greenware. These are just luminarias, so this will be a good place to test the new glazes on that I'm going to mix up. And these little shots, also good way to test out some new glazes. And even a few pieces from last year, just calling out to be fired. And some more back there waiting to be bisques, some big planters. I probably am going to make some strawberry jars too, and even glaze pieces. And this you've got to see. I need some help with this. These are huge. These wavy bowls, at least that one is. They had 1 coat of glaze on last year. Well, I just put the 2nd coat on. And look at this. Look at this. It cracked and it's coming off. Why is that? And why is it these things never occur on something small, like a shot glass or a test sample, but always on something big? In fact, I washed the glaze off of these things last year in a shorts video. So it is time to do some glazing, and Sam just does not know he's not my kind of dog. But he needs a place to stay till his hair grows back. You just don't know, do you? You just don't know. I've been good to you, huh? Oh, all right. So time to do some glazing. This is standard ceramic sea mist. That's a glaze I use a lot of. I'm no Janice the Potter. I like using about 5 glazes, both my own and commercial glazes. That'll do a variety of things. If you use them a variety of different ways, I like using the slips underneath, but every time I go to standard, I've been picking up a bag, a sample, 5-pound sample bag. So I realize it's too much to test them all at once. I'm going to get out a handful. We'll see what we've got here. Pale seaweed. We've got, oh, that is my standard sea mist in multiple size bags. Let's see, layering glaze. That's a good one that supposedly all the other glazes over top, it does wild things. But first, I need a tan. There's a khaki. Here we go. Let's see what's in here. Cream. There's another one I need to sample. And molten brown transparent. Here's the one that the sea mist is the one I use. Mediterranean mist is deeper, more blue. So this is one of the ones we will try out. So the brown transparent I'm not going to do now. I already have my own Albany slip glaze. I'm going to try the molten green transparent. Somewhere I've tried this before. The iron red, it's all dried up, so I'm going to dig that out again. And let's see, the grape, that's here somewhere, all dried up. We'll get that dug out again. Okay, a tan. I'm not their khaki, but a new one. It's not even on the website. Dappled light. I will give try. No, not dappled light. I forget what it is. But no. Oh, there it is. Pink shadow. We'll give pink shadow a try. And let's see. Okay, here we go. The Mediterranean mist is a deeper kind of blue, and the one I use all the time is the sea mist, more of an aqua. And somewhere I've got all dried up a stormy blue too, so I'm going to dig that one out as well. And not the 5-gallon buckets this time, but what I'm going to call test buckets. Or they may be just the right size for home hobby use. The last time they had no lids, so it is all dried up. Today might be the day when it looks like nothing's accomplished. I will take a hammer to them and grind them to dust, making sure I got the bag well labeled. When you're throwing, when you're unloading a kiln, okay, you see and feel you're accomplishing something. Okay, we will grind this old dried up glaze to dust and then rehydrate it. And now, so what was in the kiln today? I know that's what you like to see. Here's a quick look at it. The yarn bowls are really the only thing I made this year. The rest of this is all bits and pieces left from last year. Since I never know what color I'll need all the berry colanders, there's still a few from last year left, so I'm going to do a different style this year to supplement bits and pieces left from past years. The mortar and pestle, you know, that's a problem that they do sometimes come out with an S-crack in the bottom. So, okay, Simon, how do you prevent that? Well, what I do is that's when I put in a wooden one that I inherited from another potter. These are not the honey jars. I had problems with the lids last week, but okay, garlic jars, glazed a few different ways. The pie plates, okay, I've been refining the design over the past couple years, and I've been quite happy with. Okay, here on the wavy ball, is what I was showing you earlier. Okay, here it is again, where the second coat of glaze that I put on pulled up and cracked the first layer and the second. Now, it's kind of stayed intact, but I thought I'd see what happens when I fired it. It just kind of crawled and looks really, really awful. And the second one underneath it, I liked doing, is where I like doing the, layered glaze things. Sometimes it's better than others. It's not great here. So what I think I'm going to do in the future is just do what I do on the big pie plates. Just dip it in one glaze, but find some kind of slip decorating, trailing, maybe the squeegee thing, and just putting little dots on so that I can dip these big wavy bowls in just one glaze, because I need them. They are one of my higher ticket items. I wish I could do more of something like this. The pension, the just very traditional, old-style wash basin, milk pan. Beautiful. Left unglazed on the bottom, glazed on the inside. Well, I would like to do more of these, but I don't have a huge pot market of other potters who want to buy them. But my farmer's market, they go for something more like this. But this is something there's a whole stack of these. I showed those earlier on too. Yeah, there they are again back there, all stacked up. There's a couple inside the other. So the things I do for myself don't always get done. But I need pots I can sell. I think, who was it? Philip noted in a past video. These are sugar and creamers. Just a simple one glaze with the black slip decorating banded around it is a safe and easy way to go, and there's nothing wrong with them. They look good, they're attractive. But here's what I'm going to be doing since I'm mixing up the new glazes. I will be testing them out. I've got a lot of test tiles made that are both to show what the pieces will do and sellable. Also, I had a bucket of glaze that was unmarked, so I put this in it just to remind me what is in that bucket. It wasn't not marked, but the tag completely faded. The permanent marker completely faded. So not a bad kiln load, all sellable, all marketable, and even one for myself. And not done with everything's going on in the studio today. I still have to flip this clay being reclaimed on the plaster back. And I can't lie to you, the glazes will not be mixed up today. It was enough just getting dried up ones ground to dust, and the easy to do new powdered ones just dumped in there, finding the buckets, labeling them, locating the sieves that were packed away in far corners of the studio, just cleaning off the glaze bench. So stop back and see what's going on in the studio next week.